Alright, cue the happy music. This is gonna be a positive commentary today. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Modern Warfare. And yeah, I'm not really sure what's up. I'm in a pretty good mood today, for once. I guess that last video was really just me getting all the rage out of my system and whatnot, you know? I'm sure there's plenty more where that came from, but in this moment, I'm doing pretty alright. And not that this is really related, but Phase 5 is upon us. I'm recording this Thursday night, which means you'll be seeing it on Friday, and maybe the challenge will already be announced. I don't know. Starting tomorrow, 5 people's lives will change for forever. Will it be me? Probably won't be me. I've got about as much of a chance of winning as I do of scoring a date with Emma Watson. But you know what, man? If you never shoot your shot in life, you're never gonna get anywhere. You know what I'm saying? Today's video is gonna be a little bit different. Being the prolific YouTuber that I am, I get the odd comment here and there. And you know, some of them are like spammy nonsense, but a while back, somebody asked to see my class setups. I didn't really do anything about that for a while because I figured nobody really wants to see my class setups probably. But I figured in the spirit of Phase 5 and shaking things up a bit, I might as well do a class setup video. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna run through my classes and my kill streaks, and I just realized that my classes are all fucked up. How very professional of me. All right, so here we are. Here's my my 10 classes. Most of these are really subject to change. I like to play around with these a lot. You'll definitely start seeing this with like the Phase 5 stuff. I'm big on variety. I'm not a huge fan of using the exact same gun every single game with the exact same setup and attachments and whatnot. But for the most part, this is pretty much where they sit. So starting off with number 1 here, we got my M4 class. This is kind of like a sweaty-ish class, I guess you could say. Here's the attachments for the M4. I'm not really sure how meta this is, or if these are really like the best in slot attachments, or if this is even really what I should be using. But you've seen me use it a few times. It works pretty good and I like it. Secondary, just a deagle. This is my deagle setup. It's pretty much the same for all my classes. For my secondaries, I tend to swap between the Desert Eagle and the Renettis. I still use the Renettis from time to time. It really just depends on preference. If I'm missing my shots with the deagle a lot, I'll go back to the Renettis. And then whenever I'm getting way too many hit markers with the Renettis, I go back to the deagle. For the perks, my perks really don't change from class to class very much. You're gonna see these 3 a ton. Kill Chain, Ghost, and Amped. I'll go through my reasonings for each real quick. In my opinion, Kill Chain is really the best in this slot except for Cold Blooded. Double Time is nice for Warzone, I guess. To me, EOD really feels like it does nothing. Scavenger always feels unnecessary to me. I almost never run out of ammo in this game because you die so fucking fast. And I'm not sure if Quick Fix actually does anything either. I've heard some people swear by Quick Fix, but every time I've tried it, it never feels like it does anything. Second slot, Ghost. Ghost is very self-explanatory. There's a few decent perks in this class, but I mean, Ghost is by far the best perk in the game. So it's pretty obvious why I'm running that. And then in the third slot, I run Amped. I think I run Amped on all of my classes at this point. There's some good perks in here. I like Tune-Up a lot. I like Shrapnel. Tracker's actually a lot better than people give it credit for. The only one in this class I really don't like is Battle Hardened, because once again, I feel like it doesn't do enough. Like, yeah, it definitely noticeably reduces the strength of the stuff it's supposed to reduce, but it's still not enough to save your life. It's not even close. And then I'm running Frags and Stims. I think I also run Stims on all my classes now. I play around with the tacticals a little bit every now and again. Sometimes I'll throw on like a stun grenade or a flash grenade, but I don't know, I have mixed success with these, and I find that the Stim's a lot more effective because it lets me just get back on my feet and back in fights quicker after taking a few bullets. Second class here, we got I Are Not Happy. This is kind of like my tryhard class. Oh yeah, I guess I should go over the names of these classes. These are all kind of like jokes, I guess. In Black Ops, my friends and I used to come up with really goofy names for all of our classes, and it just kind of stuck with me. Some of these names are actually like throwbacks. Like for example, I Are Not Happy. I think I have one of these in every game. Anyway, back on topic. Here we got I Are Not Happy. This is my like Super Sweat class. For the primary, MP5, best gun in the game. Not really a surprise there. So we got the Monolithic Suppressor, the Merc Foregrip, the rounds that make it better, rubberized grip tape. I used to use stippled, but I feel like rubberized is just better for this. And then the FTAC collapsible stock for the movement speed. Sometimes I swap this off for a perk like Sleight of Hand, but for the most part, this is my MP5 setup. And then for the secondary, we got the Launcher. Again, this is a sweaty class, so sweaty secondary. And then for the perks, we got Kill Chain and Amped, much like the other one, and the only difference here is we have Hardline on, which I will swap out for Ghost depending on the map. But yeah, so that's a tryhard class. I usually use that when I'm upset at people just playing way too hard, and I'll just pull this out and shit on them for a minute. Moving right along here, we have Maximum Effort. Now, some of these names are actually not going to be accurate to the classes I named them for. This one being a primary example, it's still called Maximum Effort, but I'm experimenting with my snipers and different attachments, which I'll explain later. This currently is an AX50 class. I'm running the ACOG instead of a perk. Other than the ACOG, it's just your standard AX50 quickscoping setup. I'm throwing on the Cronin Pro Optic right now because I'm trying to unlock this blue reticle here because I really like it. But actually, in terms of the ACOG scopes in the game, I actually prefer the Scout Combat Optic. I just like how it looks better. Like I said, just standard AX50 with an ACOG on it. Second secondary and perks are all the same. I have a throwing knife on this class because I'm going to be using this to try and hit clips and stuff. And I like having the throwing knife in there for a little bit of variety. Moving right on down the list, we got big stick and bigger stick. This is my overkill class. We got the AX50 primary and the Rytech AMR secondary. Pretty much just standard quick scoping setup for both of them. ADS attachments on the AX50 and focus instead of the ACOG. Same thing with the Rytech, all the ADS stuff and focus. I used to use sleight of hand because I really hate how long this gun takes to reload, but this gun suffers from bullet punch probably worse than any other sniper in the game, I think. I don't know if that's like a stat that's turned all the way up to 10 million, but seriously, this thing kicks harder than a fucking pissed off donkey. It's nuts. And then yeah, perks are all the same. Overkill obviously for that second primary weapon, and then amped to swap between them faster. Oh, I should mention this actually. I forgot to mention this when I was explaining the perks. The reason I use amped on every class is because I like to pick up other weapons off the ground. You really need amped if you do that so that you can kind of swap between them quickly enough, because picking up another gun off the ground is basically pointless if it takes 100 years to pull it out. Also, amped helps a lot with that stupid reload animation that you get when you pick up a gun off the ground. I hate that that's still in the game. It's been in since like COD 4 and I've never liked it. I don't know why they don't just remove it. It serves no purpose. But amped helps you because you can quickly YY out of that reload animation, and for most of the weapons in the game, in particular like LMGs and stuff, it helps you get out of that animation and, you know, the gun becomes usable much more quickly. Down here, we got the old hit marker factory. This is the Car 98 with, again, all the quick scoping stuff and a sniper scope. Sometimes I'll take the sniper scope off and throw on the long barrel, but for the most part, that's where that sits. Again, perks are all the same, throwing knife. Down here, we got the Bone Zone. This is a another throwback class name. The Bone Zone was always like my best in slot sniper class, I guess you could say. You know, back in all the old Modern Warfare games, this always was the Barrett 50 cal. In Black Ops, it was the L96, even though I really didn't snipe that much. And in Black Ops 2, I want to say it was the DSR. But yeah, basically this class is always just my like quote-unquote best sniper class. And here, you know, again, AX50, just standard quick scoping stuff. Ghost, kill chain, amp. Moving on, we got the Domino's Extra Cheesy. This is my carbine class, which is currently running a thermal. I have been experimenting with all the different scopes with this thing. But yeah, other than that, same setup. All right, down here, now we're getting into kind of my more funsy classes. This is Sugoi Dekai, which is a reference to an anime and manga that, which if you understand the reference, that's awesome. And if you don't, you probably shouldn't Google it because you probably wouldn't be into it anyway. But yeah, this is anime gun number 1. This is the Dream Dasher here is the Striker. I doubt any of these attachments are really the meta. Most of these blueprints are really awful. So that's that class. I'm running an RPG. I got Kill Chain Hardline amped. Again, Hardline, sometimes I'll just interchange that with Ghost depending on the map. And down here we got the 50 cal. This class has probably changed the most, I think, out of every class that I've made, because I am just desperate to find a way that this gun will work for me, because I just can't do it, man. I hate the reg scope on this gun. That's probably my biggest problem with it. I just don't like the regular scope. So I've been experimenting with the ACOGs, which has been pretty fun, except the thing is, whereas like with the AX50, if you put on the ACOG scope, bullet punch actually isn't that bad. But if you take one bullet with this thing, even with an ACOG, your fucking scope goes higher than Snoop Dogg on a Tuesday night. It's insane. So what I'm experimenting with now is I actually took off the tack wrap stock, because this thing does add a little bit of ADS speed. Again, the Scout Combat Optic I think actually adds the most. Actually, no, I think the VLK does, but I prefer the Scout Combat Optic. And like I said, I'm just running this Cronin for now to try and unlock that reticle. But I took off the stock and I added focus, and I've been playing around with that, and I'm gonna see if I really feel like it's worth it. In terms of the speed of using this thing with the ACOG, I found I was dying because of bullet punch way more than not being able to get into the scope fast enough. I'm gonna try that out for a couple days and see how it goes. I don't know, maybe I'll go back. And then we got our last class here, the Power of COD and Anime, which I'm sure everybody understands the meme I'm referencing there. This Dreammaker LMG is one of the cutest little things ever. This is a Holger that's done up to be more like a G36. I love this class because this might actually be like my favorite gun that I have. Here's the attachments, not that anybody really fucking cares about this. I love this gun because it looks adorable, but I can never use this class because this gun sucks. Like, this gun is horrible. It's an LMG AR hybrid, and it's like 5 hit markers to the chest to kill somebody. It's ridiculous. You will never win a gunfight with this gun against anybody unless they are either somehow using a gun that is worse than this, or you catch them by surprise. Those are the only 2 ways you can win with this. And again, the rest of the class is pretty much the same. But yeah, so those are my class setups. Like I said, they're pretty much subject to change. I fuck around with them all the time, so, you know, next week they might look completely different. I don't know if I need any, but I kind of feel like getting some gameplay into this video. Got some other stuff to talk about. I kind of feel like doing something stupid. So you know what? Let's take this class and, what should I use? Let's use the Dragunov. I never fucking use the Dragunov. Let's use the Dragunov. Hey, you know what? Let's throw the ACOG scope on there. Why not? I used to run around with the ACOG Dragunov as a joke back in Modern Warfare 3. Let's see how it holds up in this game. Oh my god, wait, that's disgusting. Why does the Platinum not go over the... Ew. Hopefully that didn't take too long. I didn't ramble on for entirely too long and lose everybody's interest. But yeah, like I said at the beginning, Phase 5 is upon us. I'm pretty excited. I'm not excited because I, think I'm gonna win or anything like that. I'm just excited to participate. I remember back in the day, there were open tryouts for all kinds of teams, like recruitment challenges and stuff. And I always wanted to participate, but I never could because I didn't have like a functioning recording setup at the time. But now that Phase 5 is here, I figured it'd be cool to try out, Cool to go out, hit some clips, put something interesting together for a response video. That's actually reasonably fast. Oh my god. Wait, hang on. This thing might actually be really good. Holy shit. Did I really just fucking do that? Yeah, maybe I'll hit an ACOG Dragunov clip. Wouldn't that be cool? That'll definitely... Oh, never mind. There's the reason I'm not going to. Oh, the hit markers. The good old hit markers. Jesus, how many shotguns? Holy crap. Oh, look, I got the play of the game. I was in the game for like 2 seconds and fucking hit something. Look at that. Oh, wait, that was a collat? I didn't even realize. Calling it now, fellas. There will be an ACOG Dragunov clip in my response video for Phase 5. Maybe. Unless there's not. Anyway, I kind of alluded to this earlier. I am striving for a bit more variety in my clips here for Phase 5. I haven't really talked about clip hitting very much on this channel because it's not really something that I do. But aside from me just enjoying variety in my gameplay and in the clips that I see and, wanting to see different attachments and different weapons and things like that, I also feel like that's a way for me to kind of stand out against the competition, Like, yeah, I could probably hit and submit, yet another 6-on or whatever with the Kar 98. But at the same time, I feel like, everybody's going to hit and then probably submit one of those. I can't believe I fucking missed both of those shots. Holy crap, I suck with this thing. I feel like being able to say, hey, I'm the guy who hit the clip with the ACOG Dragunov will do a little bit more to help me stand out than me saying, hey, I hit yet another 5-on or 6-on or whatever with, the Kar 98. So yeah, that's something I'm gonna be striving for with this recruitment challenge is gonna be clip variety, weapon variety. Because of my habit of picking up other people's weapons off the ground, I feel like I'll definitely have at least one swap clip in there. I don't want them all to be swap clips because I do hit a number of those. I hate myself so much in this moment right now. You have no fucking idea. I like how I say I'm gonna hit these clips with the ACOG Dragunov as if it's just gonna fucking happen. As you can see right now, I'm clearly elite with this fucking thing. Whoa. Yes, collat! No! Oh! I've been saved! Thank you, teammate! I love you! Yay! We pulled it out at the very end there, guys. Hey, look, I got the play of the game again. Dragunov's pretty fucking funny. Yeah, I might run around with that for a bit. See what I mean? My classes are always subject to change. You never know when you might find something new and interesting to run around and piss people off with. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Phase 5 starts tomorrow, so depending on what that challenge is, you may or may not start seeing content for that. As always, if you enjoyed this video, by all means leave a like. Subscribe if you want to come back and support me through this challenge. And if you do, I'll see you in the next one.